Hey everyone, Anthon-patapon here, and today we're here to finish up some more of Crash Bandicoot War, part of the Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy for the Sony PS4. Now, it's time that we are here in the most anticipated warp of the entire game. Alright, so, you know the deal. Gonna take care of the Master of Time, twisting himself, Entropy. Let's get warped!
Well, haven't we gotten far for a pair of fuzzy marsupials? I am Dr. Nefarious Tropy, Master of Time and the creator of the very time twister machine you see before you. Uka Uka and Dr. Cortex have sent me to end this little charade, so you won't be leaving my area with the crystals. I swear it.
Okay, you gotta admit, he does sound very, eerily similar to someone. Okay, anyway, in this level we can't get either of the gems again because some of the gems are in a part of the route that we can't get to until we get that yellow gem. We all know where that's at. But that's not going to stop me from at least trying to get as many lives as possible. Because even though death won't necessarily be an issue in Warped, it's nice to have. Plus there's a trophy involved with it, even if I already have it. So a little extra incentive in case you wanted to go for extra lives. Ooh, what? I jumped over it. Curse you, depth perception. Okay, here we go. Rex. Actually, the whole name is Egipus Rex. Can't imagine where they came up with that name back in Naughty Dog days. But hey, anyway. We're pretty much just gonna, relatively speaking, go through this level since there's not much incentive to stay in here. Other than the crystal, of course. But that's a given. But all the more interesting stuff is going to happen actually in the next level. Because then we can actually get everything. And when I say everything in each level, I mean everything in each level. Except, you know, obviously relics. Okay, I actually don't need to hit that. But I don't trust the depth perception even into the 2D's perspective. 40? Nah, I think I'm good. But just in case. Because that way if I die, I can just start over here instead. Probably not a good idea because now I have to hit those boxes every time. If I want to get as many one fruit as possible. Also, did you see the little pad back there where it actually faded into dark? That's basically what happens when the stuff is when that bonus pad is deactivated. I'm not sure if that ever happened in the original. All I know is it was really difficult to tell if it was actually enabled or not. I just don't think that was the reason for it though. Look at this. Active, bright, colorful, with some bones on the bottom. Freaking boneless memes, man. Now the second we get off. Look at that. You can actually see when it's deactivated. But no, Octo is going to make this so much more difficult than it has to be. Though I do sort of have this memorized. I say sort of because it's a later part of it that's going to get me killed. Okay. Now there should be a part where I have to double jump on the... Ooh, not yet. There we go. Don't have to double jump. If you time the jump, you won't have to worry about it, but it don't even matter because we're through. Yeah, I don't really talk much about what happened there. With the double-headed... I forgot what they call it. It's not... there was a term for it when it came to the Renaissance mythology, but I just don't remember it at all. All I know is to not get hit by the mutton. Don't care how delicious. I think those are raw. Forget what I said earlier. I never said that. Oh, did you see that? Yeah, don't want to hit that TNT just yet. There we go. At least with the... I think I'm going to just refer to it as the glitched jump because that's how most people wanted me to refer to over on Twitter. Instead of just the whole slide spin jump thing. It sounded so silly when I said that too. In retrospect, it was probably a better idea to call it glitch jump anyway. But you live and you learn, so. Anyway, here comes more of these freaking numbers. It really sucks that you can't pick up the hat or anything. I really think that if you could just put the hat on Coco or Crash, it'd be kind of cool. And the thing is, you know the animation where Crash picks up a random Wumpa fruit. He knocks it up. He tosses it up in the air. He waits for it to come down, and then when it actually comes down, it goes over his head. That thing stays on there too, unless you start spinning. Like, it stays there for the entire time until you start spinning. That'd be kind of cool if you could keep it there the entire time too. I don't know what happened there, but I never know why she can do that, but like, okay, why she can just do a jump like that, but she doesn't actually do that when it comes to her double jump. See, I think I'll hit that first. I want to get as much bumper fruit as possible. The sad part is I actually remember this exact layout in Wrath of Cortex. I think it's in the Jungle bonus you see that too. The very first one too. Which is Rumble in the Rocks? No, Rumble in the Rocks is the boss. Jungle Rumble I think it's called. Either way, it was like level 6. Anyway, all I do know, I do remember the hard is that the more we try to get the special gems, the little bit harder it'll actually get to get the actual gems, because sometimes gem routes will either have some boxes where you can get everything at once, or there will be no boxes and you just go for the gem and then you die just so you can get everything. So imagine going through all that with 0 extra lives. Yeah, not fun, is it? Because you have to re-enter the level just because of it. Anyway, enough blabbering. Let's go.
So, you pesky little rats aren't going to back off, eh? Just you continue to gather crystals and see what I do.
Okay. So we're here in Hightown, now we gotta deal with these guys again. Yeah, I did do like a little bit of a practice run, and those guys were killing me in the death route. Not those guys specifically, obviously, because that's just the very beginning of the level, but the ones in the death route, yes, there is a death route in this level. This is, like I said earlier, the first warping with a death route. Gave me so much trouble. Now, can I do this swell enough in the real run? Okay, if I got hit there, that would already be a no. Cause like I never really get hit in these climbing sections unless I'm just spinning frantically. Don't you dare do that! Did you guys see that? I went diagonally downward instead of just straight. Anyway, on to the bonus, and I honestly like I think this is the best bonus run music in the game. Like, obviously you guys haven't heard of the other ones unless you played this game yourselves, but so far this is like a contender for the best, easy. not sure if I mentioned this before, but any death that goes in the bonus round won't count towards the death requirement and the death room. What I mean by death requirement, I mean like for it to disappear. You obviously don't want that to happen. So, let's give it a try. And now it's the challenge of that. Like, all you gotta do is just slide into that monkey's DMs. And now I can get into the death room. Where the heck does all that take place anyway, now that I think about it? Because you are so lucky I don't have the weapon in the next warp room. Then again, we're not going to be visiting this level or the death route until we get to the relics. And even then we still won't visit the death route because it turns out gem routes and death routes cannot be used for as exits when it comes to those time trials. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, why? I swear to God if I missed that. I mean, I got one anyway, but I don't want to possibly miss that jump. Now we gotta... Okay. Let's go. Now see, because if you die in the death route, you actually can't visit the route again. It's just that dying before it, you know, not counting the bonus rounds, it will just disappear. And at first I thought, wait, does that not apply to Crash Bandicoot Warped? But earlier in my practice run, I ended up dying because I slid a bit too early. And the, what is it, the bucket dropped one of the vases on me. That's a funny animation, by the way. You should try checking that out on YouTube. It's when I went back and then slid into the monkey again, I ended up getting past those two widows, I think they're called. Like just, I don't even know how I hit the TNT, but okay. Anyway, the two widows, and then when I got past them, I was like, wait, where's the pad? Like, you'll obviously see a wireframe version of those, of what the pad used to be at. And that's how you know you screwed off. Anyway, that's not the case. And now we're gonna go into deep trouble. By the way, the game actually tells you, I'm not joking, the game itself tells you that this is a level that you have to backtrack in order to get the special gem. I mean, you're gonna have to do that anyway because, you know that little switch at the end of the level? Like, for those who've actually played this, for those who haven't, that switch is actually what you need to do. It's actually what you need to go all the way back into the, what is it, to go all the way back on that route where you'll see, like, you'll see it, but there's like a huge stack of boxes where there's also TNTs. It's impossible to reach there without a TNT because the radius, ooh, I almost touched that shark, so it got hit with some shark skin. Pause? Anyway. What happens is that, actually we're right close to it, I'll just show you instead, because I'm already terrible at explaining it anyway, so. A freebie, I guess. Okay, there's a crystal. Alright, I think we're right here. What? I was all up on him too. Good lord. Or her. Okay. Yeah, right here. You can't get through any of these with just spinning. If you could, you still shouldn't be able to because, like, you're still gonna need that TNT box since it counts towards the box count. So naturally, you're still gonna have to get that switch anyway. Thankfully, though, there's a little mechanism that's coming up right here. That you can hit those boxes and the switch without having to go all the way over there, so you don't have to worry about those. I forgot, what is it, drainage? Waste disposals? I'm just going to refer to them as the waste disposals because they legitimately pull them in. You do have to go past this one though. Thankfully just touching it doesn't count. Yeah, right here. If you aim very carefully, hear that noise? But just in case, one more shot. There we go. I mean, it's not like it's gonna matter because once you get past this, there's a checkpoint on the right, like right on the other side of this. Just don't die. That's all I gotta tell you. This is, I guess you could say, is technically a death route since there's a lot more things that can kill you here. That natural look, like, really looks like it can just fall on you and kill you. Just look at it. Okay, I wasted a bit of time, so I'm gonna have to wait. Oh! Okay. I'll just wait. Because, like, I do not plan on trying to get through all that just for some Wumpa fruit. Now, be careful to seaweed because the sharks are a little suspect here. And that's it. Like, that's really all there is. It's short, but it can be dangerous to die in here if you don't have an Aku ready. But hey, on to the next one.
Well, you've crashed a few parties before, but I never expected you to make it this far. If you don't turn back,
I will inflict 1,000 years of suffering on you and the entire universe!
Now remember when I said that there was a secret route for when you need to get into, well, not secret route, but some secret levels that you could not just find yet? For those major questions that were asked when it comes to Crash Bandicoot Warped. I say this as in like before the internet existed. I'm gonna miss some boxes now, but that's because I'm gonna show you one of the levels right here. The bird is the word here. Follow the bird. Boom, and that's how Twitter servers work anyway. Welcome to Hot Cocoa. This is technically level 31. Now, I'm not going to do this level because it is like level 31, so sorry. Alright, let's get it. For real. Now this level, for me, it's fairly difficult to get both the box and first place for the crystal. And honestly, even with all that practice, I think I'll still miss one of the two in the actual thing. So don't expect this to be like an all-in-one deal. If that does happen, though, I will be stoked. Ooh, that's not gonna cost me too much. It even makes a little sound effect. That poor bird. Fun fact, well, actually no, it's not a fun fact. It's not fun at all. Whenever a bird crashes into something like that, there's a high chance they die. Yeah, like, who would have thought that all those stuff in like the cartoons we've seen back in the day where it's like birds crashing into windows and stuff like that, they're dead. Like, what the heck, man? Okay, oh my god. Okay, it wasn't that fast, so I can get all the boxes. Yes! That's one of the major concerns about this level when it comes to getting everything. The other one's right here with turning accurately. Ah! Alright, I'm not going to go on that path. It's no point when you're going to just lose it anyway. Lose all that speed. Same here too. Actually, no. It's just that it's risky. Oh my. I knew I shouldn't have done it. I knew I shouldn't have went for that. Now I gotta at least go for first now. I am so mad I went for that. I should have just went the way I went earlier. But at least I'm gonna get the crystal. But unfortunately that means I can't get the gem until I beat Entropy now.
You little vermin are way too stupid to understand what you're getting yourselves into. This time, you've done it! Now you're on my time, you little skunk! Give me the crystal!
Oh, good lord. Calm down. Can't be that serious. Now that I think about it, like just thinking about it, why do they need the crystals? Like this man has the ability to take care of time himself. You can just go back to the point where you don't even create Crash, and just be able to conquer the Earth that way, or at the very least, go back in time to where you actually work on the Vortex, which is a Crash 1. I don't know, like there were so many ways they could have done. There's so many ways Cortez and Uka could have thought this one out. By the way, have you noticed the cool effects in the background? Like when we're just skipping through time and stuff like that. Same applies to both the original and an Entrance, because you do fight Entropy as like the final boss before Entrance, I think.
Time might be up, but yours soon will be too.
Oh god dang, he's not wrong though. Now we got three of the most. Now we have two of the most powerful abilities in this game. At least in my opinion.
You insignificant morons! By defeating Entropy, you have placed us all in grave danger!
Crash, Coco, you must realize that this time twister machine is very delicate. Without Dr. Entropy's constant care and control, who knows what it will do?
Now this one was a little longer than I expected, but that's also because of the fact that now I have to go back just to get the gem. Now here I should have just done this. Would have made things a lot simpler. I swear to God if I can finish him first in this race too. Nah, I don't seem like it. He's way too far ahead, and I don't want to miss this last box. Oh my god, no. Oh, it don't matter, cause like I got the gem. I got what I needed. I'm outski. Alright. Now if that's taken care of, next part we'll take care of, oh my god, more Egyptian levels. We're including Sphinxinator and Tomb Waiter, I think it's called. I was about to say Tomb Time, but we already did that one, Tomb Waiter. Now for Tomb Waiter, I have to play that as Coco. But the real thing is that we're going to be seeing level 19. The first future level we're going to encounter, Future Frenzy. It sounds a lot like Fusion Frenzy. That's a really good game. I mean, the graphics are like super dated on this since it was on the original Xbox and everything, but like in the Xbox's defense, they made Just Already Future look good. But anyway, yeah, see ya.